So what happens when your knuckles start singing Negro spirituals? Well, apparently you start throwing hands, and that's exactly what the fuck happened. Well, you had Storm getting ready to face Haddad and the Blackest Winter, and goddamn was it about to go down. But Storm said, go ahead and bring your matcha drinking ass on outside. I'm finna fuck you up. Dad said, who, me? Storm, sweetheart, I am not a violent god. I mean, look at these hands. They've worked so many wonders. They have even performed miracles. But you know what, bitch? If you want it so bad, I guess I can whoop your ass. Boy, after he said that shit, he balled them crusty, dusty bitches up so goddamn tight and cocked that motherfucker back that when he hit this bitch, the shit was racist. He knocked her fucking earrings out. I don't know what to tell you. I don't give a fuck if you a person of color or not. You hit a black woman like this, you're racist. I don't give a fuck if she started. You're racist. I'm talking about bro hit her so goddamn hard, you would have thought she started her period. The girl was leaking so bad, I had to call somebody to get her a tampon. God damn. But when you thought he had a one-hitter quitter in him, he said, bitch, get up. I'm not done with you. Go and get that ass up. She said, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Bitch, this is not America. There is no affirmative action here. Go ahead and get up and handle your business. And he told her, Storm, baby, I don't think you hear me, bitch. Let me help you the fuck out. He then grabbed her by her fucking throat, hoisted her little ass in the fucking air, and told her straight to her fucking face, bitch, you can lay down or you can get put down. Which one do you want? He told him, bitch, why don't you look into my eyes? They will see you dead, bitch. He said, bitch, are you a ghost rider? Like, what the fuck you think you are? I got laser eyes too, bitch. But when Storm realized she couldn't fight him like that, she had to change her shit up. She had to go ahead and call Bractus. If you don't know who Abraxas is, he's the embodiment of destruction itself. She told that bitch, go ahead and get over here and earn your keep, bitch. You ain't gonna live in my body for rent free. Not happening. This is a black household, baby. You gonna have to earn your keep. That's when he told her, hey, hold on. Look. To whoop his ass, we might need some help. And we got a trinity going on. You know what I'm saying? We got Infinity. We got the Never Queen. We got the Phoenix Force. We can call all three of our sisters to get over here and, help us do a little something. Storm said, oh, no, I'm good. That punk ass bitch hit me in my fucking mouth. Oh, I'm gonna get my lick back. Fuck him. Ladies and gentlemen, that was part 1 of this hood story. I will be giving you a part 2 real soon. Depending on how fast you give me the 500 comments, depends on how fast it gets here. Other than that, I hope you guys pick up issue 12. And I'll catch you guys. One above all had a conversation with his son, and that conversation is so interesting that it not only proves what I've been saying for a long time, it solidifies it. So, as I've said before, when it comes to a hierarchy, right, depending where you fit in that food chain depends on what level of power you have, or who in that food chain you can step over or even defeat, or who you might be more powerful than or who you might not be as powerful as. So when it comes to the new Storm issue 12, right, basically Eternity and his father, who is the one above all, have a conversation. And what's crazy is the one above all being what he is gives us such a look into his world through a conversation with his own son. Now, when this conversation starts, it doesn't end the way it started. For instance, when he starts, he basically brings up some regret. And that regret is that he wishes that he created his creations with the ability to want food. At least that way, when they would visit him, they would leave with something in their bellies and not just have his undivided attention. And what's crazy is he points out himself that not only is this a failure on his part, but he gives his son his props and tells him, because of that, you were always the better creator than I ever was. But see, even though he makes that statement, Eternity doesn't take that statement as something that is made to be true. As he states himself, he wouldn't dare say the one above all is wrong in anything that he says, right? But he doesn't believe what his father is telling him. He feels like his dad is just, gloating on him, giving him the highest of praise as a father always does for his sons. But once you get past that, you have to then always come to reality. You see, even though his father told him that all great creators fear the power of their own creation, a Bolivian tells him straight up, that's cool. You're not wrong in that. But if I truly am what you say I am, then the glory doesn't go to me, it goes to you. And that is when the one above all basically rebuttals, and he says, no, you see, you make beings that can surpass you in strength, in wisdom. Some of your creations have even found their way to me to talk to me. Because you've done such great work, you've made me proud. Like I'm I'm seeing you do amazing things. And not only do you not limit your creations, but you're basically giving them the right to challenge the one that created them. That is when eternity tells him, yes, that may be true, but here's the reality. You made me. You are the creator of the great creator. And because of that, you are the greatest creator. With those words, just the way that they are, he actually ponders what his son says to him. Now, although I know what all that means, what do you think that means for you? Let me know in the comments. As you all know, Eternity and his father, who is the one above all, had a conversation. Now, how does that conversation affect and solidify the power of the Scarlet Witch? Let's talk about it. Well, when it comes to their particular conversation, they speak of how creation, or specifically their creations, can basically not overthrown the creator. But as the one above all says, all great creators must fear the power of their own creation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the creator fear his creation? Because as a creator, you have the right to simply either limit them, making it to where they can never climb above you, or giving them the ability to not only reach heights that you never could, but in a sense, grow past you. Now, with this conversation is so important because not only does it solidify the Scarlet Witch in her power, but it also shows and gives validity to what she is and why she's important. You see, one of the things that the one above all tells Eternity is that he's done such a great job, you know what I'm saying, making his creation, that not only have they been able to leave him and become greater than him, but they've even had the opportunity to even speak with the one above all. And as Eternity tells him, you made me. So when you made me, all that I create is an attest to your greatness, because the great creator created a great creator that creates great creations. Glory be to you. Now, when it comes to another creator, like for instance, the Queen of Nevers, who is basically the wife of Eternity, well, she has her own creations, and her creations are the Nexus beings. You see, she created them with the sole purpose of being the opposite of order. They have true freedom. She created them to go against her husband's creations. I need you to really understand what I mean by that. Eternity created creations that not only can become stronger than him, but also wiser than him. So powerful they can visit the one above all himself. The Queen of Nevers created the Nexus being to not only go against that creation, but to be able to challenge it and to not have to abide by its order or laws, in which her creations can be stronger than his, which they have proven so. This is a common occurrence in Marvel where the creators will create something that overthrows them or grows past them. For instance, the first Firmament is the first universe of Marvel. The only reason why it fractured into a multiverse is simply because his early creations were so powerful that when they had the first war, that war fractured the first Firmament, which created the multiverse of Marvel. This is not the only time we've seen some creations overthrow or grow past the creator. But how do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you guys later.